Welcome to Chemistry Academy, Fajandar High School and Junior College, Wapur. Now, dear student, our recent topic is solution. And so far, in case of solution, we have discussed what is solution, what are different types of solution, what is solubility, what are the factors which affect the solubility, okay, effect of temperature, effect of pressure, nature of solute and solvent. Now, related to solubility, Henry's law is remaining. That Henry's law we will try to cover in today's lecture. After that, we have started in second video lecture what is colligative property, okay, and what are the different types of colligative property. Now, what is colligative property? So we can say the property whose value depends upon the number of solute particles. It do not depends upon the nature of solute, okay, and that property is called as colligative property. Now, in case of colligative property, first colligative property we have discussed, that is relative lowering in vapor pressure. Now, in case of relative lowering in vapor pressure, Raoult's law for binary solution we have already discussed. Now, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss Raoult's law for non-volatile solute. Raoult's law for non-volatile solute, and that is the part today we will discuss. Okay. Now, what is Raoult's law? What is Raoult's law? So, Raoult's law states that the relative lowering in vapor pressure of a dilute solution, relative lowering in vapor pressure of a dilute solution is equal to mole fraction of solute. Relative lowering in vapor pressure of a dilute solution is equal to mole fraction of solute. Now, the relative lowering in vapor pressure we can write here delta P upon P01 minus P, and mole fraction it is represented by X and solute it is represented by 2. So, this relative lowering in vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. That law is called as Raoult's law for non-volatile solute. Now, one point is given, this Raoult's law, it is applicable to only dilute solution. What does it mean dilute solution? A solution in which amount of solvent is greater than amount of solute. What is dilute solution? The solution in which amount of solvent is greater than amount of solute. Means amount of solute should be negligible, and that is your dilute solution. So the condition for Raoult's law, it is applicable to only dilute solution. Now, delta P is the lowering in vapor pressure. P10 is the vapor pressure of solvent. X2 is the mole fraction of solute. So, delta P upon P01 is equal to X2. This is called as Raoult's law. Now, this delta P, we can also write here P10 minus P upon P10 is equal to X2. Is equal to X2. Both statements are same. Now, this equation, this statement delta P upon P10 is equal to X2, we can rearrange as delta P is equal to P10 into X2. Now, what is X2? Mole fraction of solute. P10 is the vapor pressure of solvent. Delta P is the P0 minus P, that is lowering in vapor pressure. So, by looking to this, one can say the lowering in vapor pressure is equal to the product of vapor pressure of solvent and mole fraction of solute. क्या बोल सकते हैं हम यहाँ पर? डेल्टा P मतलब lowering in vapor pressure. Lowering in vapor pressure is equal to product of vapor pressure of solvent and mole fraction of solute. This is the third statement of Raoult's law. Now, we have to study this statement. Relative lowering in vapor pressure of a dilute solution is equal to X2, and this law is called as Raoult's law, and it is applicable to only dilute solution. Note down this point. Write first statement and then write this mathematical expression. This one and this one. Okay. Now, note down this point. Now, my next part, show that my next part, show that delta P is equal to P10 x2. Show that delta P is equal to P01 x2 अपने को ये शो करना है. Now Raoult's law for binary solution we have discussed. What is Raoult's law for binary solution? Vapor pressure of volatile components in a solution is equal to vapor pressure of pure component multiplied by its mole fraction. That part we have discussed. Means we can write here according to Raoult's law for binary solution, we can write here P is equal to P10 into x1. Okay, but we know x1 plus x2 is equal to 1, or we can say x1 is equal to 1 minus x2. Substitute this value of x1 here, we will get P is equal to P10. Then instead of x1 we can write here 1 minus x2. Simplify this equation, so we can write P is equal to P10 minus P10 x2. Okay, now rearrange this equation. After rearrangement, take this here, we can write here P10 minus P is equal to P10 x2. P10 minus P is equal to P10 x2. Again rearrange this equation, we will get here P10 minus P upon P10 is equal to x2. Just take this here. Okay, now but P10 minus P is the delta P. Delta P upon P10 is equal to x2, or we can say delta P is equal to P10 x2. Okay, so in this way we can show Raoult's law for non-volatile solute. First was the Raoult's law for binary solution. Okay, now note down this point. Show that delta P is equal to P10 x2. So start according to Raoult's law for binary solution, the vapor pressure of a pure component, vapor pressure of volatile components in the solution is equal to vapor pressure of pure component multiplied by its mole fraction. So P is equal to P10 into x1, but x1 plus x2 is equal to 1. Mole fraction of solute plus mole fraction of solvent is equal to 1. So x1 is equal to 1 minus x2. Substitute here P is equal to P10 instead of x1, right there 1 minus x2, and now simple mathematics is there. So this is the Raoult's law. It states that the relative lowering in vapor pressure of dilute solution is equal to mole fraction of solute. Note down this point. Now student, our next and important point is determination of molecular weight of solute by relative lowering in vapor pressure. Determination of molecular weight of solute by relative lowering in vapor pressure. Now we have to find out the molecular weight of solute. As in my second video lecture already I have shown to you that 1 we use for solvent and 2 it is used for the solute. So molecular weight means capital M2. Molecular weight of solute means capital M2. Now we have to determine the molecular weight of solute by RLVP, means relative lowering in vapor pressure. Simple, we will apply Raoult's law. क्या अप्लाई करेंगे अपन? Raoult's law. And what is Raoult's law? Just we have seen here Raoult's law, delta P upon P10 is equal to x2. Delta P upon P10 is equal to x2. What is x2? Mole fraction of solute. Now delta P upon P10 is the relative lowering in vapor pressure. Okay, so the relative lowering in vapor pressure of a dilute solution is equal to mole fraction of the solute. This is Raoult's law. So according to Raoult's law, delta P upon P10 is equal to x2. Now x2 is the mole fraction of solute, but mole fraction x2 is equal to n2 upon n1 plus n2. What is value of x2? n2 upon n1 plus n2. Okay. Now actually the definition for mole fraction आपके 11th standard में हुआ है. What is the definition of mole fraction? It is the ratio of, fraction of. It is the ratio of या fraction. किसका fraction है? Number of moles of that components to the total number of moles of all components present in the solution. मैं बता रहा हूं. What is definition for mole fraction? Mole fraction का definition क्या है? Number of moles of that components to the total number of moles of all components present in the solution. अब यहां पर मैं mole fraction किसका फाइंड आउट कर रहा हूं? सॉल्यूट का. तो यहां नंबर ऑफ मोल्स किसके लेंगे? सॉल्यूट के. अगर मैं x1 फाइंड आउट करता तो यहां क्या आता? n1. नंबर ऑफ मोल्स मींस n. नाउ टोटल नंबर ऑफ मोल्स ऑफ कंपोनेंट प्रेजेंट इन द सोल्यूशन, मतलब सोल्यूशन में कौन से कंपोनेंट रहेंगे? सॉल्यूट एंड सॉल्वेंट. सो इट इज n1 plus n2. नाउ दिस इज मोल फ्रैक्शन. बट here the condition is given Raoult's law. It is applicable to very dilute solution. Raoult's law, it is applicable to very dilute solution. अब dilute solution means the amount of solvent is greater than amount of solute. Dilute solution का मतलब क्या रहता है? Amount of solvent is greater than amount of solute. So in this case n1 plus n2 nearly equal to n1. n1 plus n2 nearly equal to n1. क्यों ले रहा मैं n1 plus n2 nearly equal to n1? n1 is the number of moles of solvent. और dilute solution में किसका quantity ज्यादा रहता है? solvent का. So therefore this equation become, ये equation क्या हो जाएगा? x2 is equal to n2 upon n1. x2 is equal to n2 upon n1. What is n2? Number of moles of solute. Number of moles of solute. What is n1? Number of moles of solvent. And what is the definition for number of moles? Number of moles के लिए definition क्या आता है? It is the given mass upon molecular mass. Given weight upon molecular weight. Means here the formula for n is weight upon molecular weight. Formula for n. N means number of moles. W is the weight या given mass. Okay, so what is the number of moles? Number of moles, it is the weight upon molecular weight. Weight upon molecular weight. Now here number of moles of solvent and number of moles of solute. So we can, according to that, we can write here n2 is equal to W2 upon M2 and n1 is equal to W1 upon M1. Now n2 is the number of moles of solute, W2 is the weight of solute, M2 is the molecular weight of solute, n1 is the number of moles of solvent, W1 is the weight of solvent and M1 is the molecular weight of solvent. Now substitute the value of n2 and n1. Here we can say, x2 is equal to, substitute that values of n2 and n1. So n2 is equal to, we can write here W2 by M2 divided by n1 is equal to W1 by M1. Now simplify this equation. We can write here x2 is equal to W2 by M2. Okay, just invert this become M1 by W1. Now this is the mole fraction of solute. Mole fraction of solute. Now substitute the value of x2 here. Substitute the value of x2 here. We can write here delta P upon P10 is equal to, instead of x2 we can write W2 M1 upon M2 W1. Now we have to find out molecular weight of solute. Means we have to find out the M2. Just rearrange this equation. After rearrangement, we will get here M2 is equal to W2 M1 upon W1. Shift here, we will get P10 upon delta P. or we can write here M2 is equal to W2 M1 P10 upon W1, and here delta P is P10 minus P. Delta P is P10 minus P, and in this way we can find out the molecular weight of solute. Right here below, M2 is the molecular weight of solute, W2 is the weight of solute, M1 is the molecular weight of solvent, M1 is the molecular weight of solvent, W1 is the weight of solvent, P10 is the vapor pressure of solvent, and P is the vapor pressure of solution. So this is all about to determine the molecular weight of solute by Raoult's law. Once again, what is Raoult's law? The relative lowering in vapor pressure of a dilute solution is equal to mole fraction of solute. And what is mole fraction of solute? Number of moles of solute to the total number of moles of solute and solvent present in the solution. What is number of moles? Weight upon molecular weight. Number of moles of solute, weight of solute upon molecular weight of solute. Number of moles of solvent, weight of solvent upon molecular weight of solvent. Okay. Now this is a simple calculation to determine molecular weight of solute by relative lowering in vapor pressure. So this is all about a first colligative property, that is relative lowering in vapor pressure. Note down this point because मुझे ये रफ करके आगे का पार्ट लेना. Pause करो वीडियो and note down all this point. Okay, dear student, our next concept is ideal solution and non-ideal solution. Now, which solution is called as ideal solution? Which solution is called as ideal solution? And which solution is called as non-ideal solution? Now, ideal solution means we can say the solution which obey Raoult's law. What is ideal solution? A solution which obey Raoult's law over an entire range of concentration. And non-ideal solution means which do not obey Raoult's law over an entire range of concentration. तो किसको बोलूंगा मैं ideal solution? A solution which obey Raoult's law over an entire range of concentration. And what is non-ideal solution? A solution which do not obey Raoult's law over entire range of concentration. Now actually some points are given, key point or key factors are given in ideal solution and non-ideal solution. Now actually ideal solution means we can say the solution of, first point, in ideal solution, first point, the solution of two or more component is said to be ideal. Solution of two or more component is said to be ideal if it obey Raoult's law over entire range of concentration. Solution of two or more component is said to be ideal if it obey Raoult's law over an entire range of concentration. Now, second point, there is no change in enthalpy. There is no change in enthalpy. What is enthalpy? Heat content of the system. अपने पढ़े thermodynamics में. अब there is no change in enthalpy means delta H is equal to 0. अब no change in enthalpy means heat is neither absorbed nor evolved. Heat is neither absorbed nor evolved. लेकिन कब enthalpy change नहीं होगा? When two component mix to form the ideal solution. जब दो component mix करके ideal solution बनाएंगे, उस वक्त enthalpy change नहीं होगा. There is no absorption of heat or evolution of heat when two components mix to form the ideal solution, means delta H is equal to 0. Now, third point, there is no change in volume. There is no change in volume when two components mix together to form ideal solution. जब दो component mix करके ideal solution बनाएंगे, उस वक्त volume भी change होगा क्या? नहीं, delta V will also be 0. Okay. Now, fourth point, the vapor pressure of ideal solution. vapor pressure of ideal solution. The vapor pressure of ideal solution lies between the vapor pressure of pure components. जो प्योर कंपोनेंट्स का वेपर प्रेशर रहेगा उसके नियर अबाउट में किसका वेपर प्रेशर रहेगा? आइडियल सॉल्यूशन का. द वेपर प्रेशर ऑफ आइडियल सॉल्यूशन लाइज बिटवीन द वेपर प्रेशर ऑफ प्योर कंपोनेंट्स. एंड लास्ट पॉइंट, इन आइडियल सॉल्यूशन द solute interaction, then the solvent interaction, or we can say the solute-solvent interaction are comparable. means ये जो interaction रहेंगे, comparable का मतलब रहता same. In ideal solution, the solute-solute, solvent and solute-solvent interaction are comparable, means nearly equal to same. All points opposite to this non-ideal solution. Now, non-ideal solution which do not obey Raoult's law. In ideal solution, there will be change in enthalpy. Means non-ideal solution में क्या होगा? जब दो कंपोनेंट मिक्स होंगे, either heat evolved होगा और heat absorbed होगा, मतलब delta H will be changed, not equal to 0. Now in non-ideal solution, there will be a change in volume. Now here vapor pressure lies between the vapor pressure of pure component. Non-ideal solution में क्या होगा? Vapor pressure of non-ideal solution will be either less or greater than pure component. उससे कम या ज्यादा रहेगा. और ये जो इंटरेक्शन रहेंगे ये सेम नहीं रहेंगे, कॉम्परेबल नहीं रहेंगे. ओके, सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन आइडियल सॉल्यूशन एंड नॉन आइडियल सॉल्यूशन. ओके, द डिफरेंस बिटवीन आइडियल सॉल्यूशन एंड नॉन आइडियल सॉल्यूशन. सो लेट्स मी रिवाइड दिस पार्ट. व्हाट इज आइडियल सॉल्यूशन? द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ two or more components which obey Raoult's law over an entire range of concentration is called ideal solution. And the solution which do not obey Raoult's law, it is non-ideal solution. Now, heat will not absorb or evolve when two components forms the ideal solution. Means in ideal solution, there is no change in heat. In non-ideal solution, there will be change in heat. In ideal solution, there will be no change in volume. In non-ideal solution, there will be a change in volume. In ideal solution, vapor pressure of solution lies between the vapor pressure of pure components. In non-ideal solution, vapor pressure of non-ideal solution is less or greater than the vapor pressure of pure components. Now then, this interaction are comparable same in ideal solution and it is not comparable in non-ideal solution. So this is all about the ideal solution and non-ideal solution. The question may ask in entrance examination as well as in your state board. बहुत चांसेस है इस पर क्वेश्चन रेस करने का. नाउ टुडेज लेक्चर लास्ट पॉइंट, दैट इज इफेक्ट ऑफ प्रेशर ऑन सॉल्युबिलिटी एंड दैट इज हेनरीज लॉ. नाउ लास्ट पार्ट ऑफ दिस लेक्चर, टुडेज लेक्चर वी विल स्टार्ट, दैट इज हेनरीज लॉ. अब सिंपल हेनरीज लॉ क्या मालूम है? एस डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू पी. व्हाट इज हेनरीज लॉ? What is Henry's law? The S is directly proportional to P. Now here S is the solubility of the gas. What is S? It is the solubility of gas. P is the pressure of the gas. So the pressure of the gas is directly proportional to its solubility. As the pressure increase, solubility will increase. As the pressure decrease, solubility will decrease. Now remove this proportional. We can write here S is equal to KH into P. S is the solubility, P is the pressure, and K is the proportionality constant. What is K? K is the proportionality constant, or we can write this equation KH is equal to S by P. KH is equal to S by P. When solubility, it is expressed in moles per dm cube. moles per dm cube. When solubility is 1 moles per dm cube and pressure is 1 atmosphere, solubility is when pressure, or it's okay, when pressure is 1 atmosphere, at that moment we can write here KH is equal to S. When KH is equal to S, when P is equal to 1 atmosphere. When P is equal to 1 atmosphere. So solubility is directly proportional to pressure, yeah, pressure is directly proportional to its solubility, and this law is called as Henry's law. So dear student, in today's lecture we have discussed Raoult's law for non-volatile solute, how to determine molecular weight of solute by relative lowering in vapor pressure, what is ideal solution, what is non-ideal solution, and what is Henry's law for solubility of gases. So the solubility of gases is directly proportional to its pressure. Okay, so this is all about your first colligative property, that is relative lowering in vapor pressure. In next video lecture we will start what is elevation in boiling point. Okay, how to determine molecular weight of solute by elevation in boiling point. Okay, now note down all this point and try to learn by heart with well understanding all concept of a simple topic, that is solution. Okay, thank you.